Walkaround family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2025 Honda Ridgeline Black Edition in Sonic Gray with a black/red interior. Now the Black Edition is the highest model you can get on a Ridgeline. That means fully loaded. Base model will be the Sport. Above that you have the RTL, you have the Trail Sport, and then you have this Black Edition. Starting off with the front fascia here, like 24, design cues are still all the same. You do have an LED headlamp. Now, not full LED. Your low beams are projector LED. Your high beams are halogen. And your daytime run lights are LED. Your turn signals are halogen. And then your fog lights are LED. So it's a combination of LED and incandescent going on up front. You do have a bumper curtain here. The Ridgeline was redesigned a few years ago to give it a more flatter front face and a more aggressive hood and fender, so you still have that design language here in 2025. Now the lower portion of the bumper, you do have some flat black here, gloss black on the lower portion of the grille itself, gloss black, and for 2025, the grille design or the color is unique per trim level, which is nice. Now this one has a Black Edition stamped right in the grille, let you know I don't got a base model, I got a fully loaded Ridgeline in your face. Now you do have a big, huge Honda emblem up front that also houses your radar for your Honda sensing. Honda sensing is standard on the Ridgeline. Honda did a good job making the Ridgeline look a little bit more truck-like versus when it first came out in 2017, that I believe. Coming up to the windshield, you do have a wide windshield. You do have your standard camera up there. Now it's not the updated Honda sensing camera that the Civics and CRVs and all the other Honda has, but at least you still have lane keeping assist, adaptive cruise control, road departure mitigation, all that good stuff. Now coming along to the side profile here, when you look at this, you know it's a Ridgeline. You can't, doubt it in your mind that it's not a Ridgeline, especially seeing this view with the bed in the rear. Specific to the Black Edition will be these gloss black 18-inch rims, and it also comes with black lug nuts as well. The tires are 245/60 tire. You don't get the all-terrain tires like you do on the Trail Sport, but at least it is a more rugged tire before the refresh. Now you do have some clouding up above. It's pretty minimal, none too crazy. As an accessory, you can add some fender flares that'll give you a lot more clouding going on, give you a more rugged look. This Ridgeline does have a protection package, so wheel locks, splash guards, and you will see, I believe it's either the in-bed cargo tray or dividers in the rear, but we'll get to that in a second. The side mirrors are gloss black on the top and bottom, so full gloss black on the Black Edition. LED turn signals integrated into the side mirror. Around the windows is flat black. The pillars are gloss black. The door handles are body colored. You do have one body line kind of cutting through there, another small one down here, flat black down below. The gas cap, you still have to open it with a lever. It's not a push button, but like pretty much all of our Hondas are that way, besides I believe the Passport and the Ridgeline. Coming along the rear, you do have a shark fin style antenna up above. It is body colored, and you do have some gloss black around the rear window. You have your third brake light up above. I believe that guy is LED. Power window in the back as well. One way to know if you have a 24 or a 25 is you have this huge Ridgeline stamped in the back of the tailgate now. For 23, Honda had the Honda emblem, but they got rid of that, spell out Ridgeline, and now you have Honda spelled out down below. And it is blacked out. This is an additional accessory you can get on your Black Edition. Same thing with these lettering inside the tailgate. This black lettering is an accessory you can add in there. And I like this guy because it got some depth to it. Kind of showcase the Ridgeline more on the tailgate. I like how it looks. Now on the lower portion of the bumper, you do have just a standard black bumper, nothing crazy. You have sensors in the rear. I forgot to mention in the front, you do have sensors up front as well. And you do have your license plate lighting. Tow package is standard on the Ridgeline. So you can see you have your pin connector down there, and you have your receiver already in there as well. And dual exhaust, which you don't see that too often anymore on pickup trucks, even like SUVs anymore. So it's nice that Honda still incorporate that in the Ridgeline. Now, one thing about the tail lights is it is a combination. Your brake lights or your runner lights will be LED, but your turn signals and your reverse lights will be traditional bulbs. So when you have the lights on at night, I think what illuminates is LED, but everything else should be a regular bulb. One reason why you're probably considering the Ridgeline is for the dual hinge tailgate. So you can either open it sideways, kind of like that, or you can have it fold down. which is unique to the Ridgeline in this, size of a pickup truck. You do have a one size bed, one size cabin. The wheel wells is not as high, and the bed is already lined as well, so you don't have to worry about putting in a bed liner or anything like that. Now the Black Edition will give you this, actually all of the Ridgelines have this storage right here, but only the Black Edition will give you the actual power outlet. If you get a Trail Sport and below, it will just be storage and that's it. Previously, the RTL-E gave you the power outlet as well, but the Trail Sport replaced the RTL-E, but it doesn't have that feature. Also, the speakers that you used to have in the bed and the RTL-E in the Black Edition is no longer in 24 and 25 as well. You do have tie downs all around the bed. You do have bed lighting as well. And you do have your in-bed cargo as well too. Look at this. So this is also part of the protection package, this little rubber mat right there. So I see how I'm leaning over the tailgate. All I gotta do is make sure I open it this way, and I don't gotta worry about leaning over the tailgate anymore. I can access this guy easy. Now, it does have a drain plug, and from factory, your Ridgeline will come with just this bottom portion down here without the tray, or you can get dividers. There's many different accessories you actually can get for back here. Now, this Ridgeline does have a PPO package. So what that means is there's certain accessories that's on this Ridgeline that was installed from Honda. The dealership didn't install it. Honda installed it while they were building this truck. So for an example, the black lettering on the tailgate is part of that PPO package, and the black Honda emblem as well too is part of that PPO package. But I'll show you guys the window sticker in a second. Your spare tire is back here. It's not a full size, it is a donut. But you have your tools, you just twist this guy and twist this guy, and it slides straight out. Close this guy up. Oh yeah, look at that, the lighting is LED. So at nighttime should definitely illuminate your trunk. But this is one reason why, like I said, you get the Ridgeline. All-wheel drive is standard. Honda no longer make a two-wheel drive, and you can tow up to 5,000 pounds. One thing Honda hasn't changed yet is the key for the Ridgeline. So every Honda product besides the Passport and the Ridgeline still have the older Honda key. You have lock, you have unlock, you have remote start built in. So you hit lock first and you hold the circle, and it's gonna flash at you one time like that, then you can let go, and it'll flash at you 3 times to let you know it's running. It'll stay on for 10 minutes, and your interior will go up to 72 degrees. That way it's not too hot, not too cold. You can use this feature in the wintertime. If you don't need it anymore, hold the circle, shuts off. Now you do have a panic button down below, and on the reverse you have a little switch button here you can pull to release the emergency key that's in the fob. Also, you do have memory seats on the Black Edition. So because you have the smart key, you have smart entry. Push this button here, it'll lock all the doors. Put your hand in there, it'll unlock the driver door. It's set to unlock the driver door only. You can go in settings and change it, but if you put your hand in the passenger's door, it will unlock all 4 doors. Anyways, starting off on the door card here, you do have black, I'm about to say black touch, soft touch here, slightly. Really soft touch where you rest your elbow. You have auto up down for the driver and passenger. I'm surprised they didn't make it for the rear back glass as well, but you hold for the rear, power locks, and then you have this chrome kind of style looking door handle. 2 position memory seats only on the driver door, and you do have your tank here to pop over the gas tank, your button here to pop on the gas tank here. Storage here, storage there, storage here as well. So plenty of storage throughout the door, speaker down below. Now you will get a 10-way power adjustment on the driver's side. The passenger side will be a 4-way power adjustment. So that's forward and back, and then for the back, forward and back on the passenger side, no up and down. And on the driver's side, you have forward and back, you have up, you have down. You can tilt this portion right here, up and down. Of course, you can move the back of your seat, forward and back, and then your lumbar in and out. Now, this interior color is the only color available on the Black Edition. If you want a lighter color, you have to get an RTL. The Trail Sport only comes with black and orange, with orange stitching. The Black Edition only comes with black with red stitching, and that's pretty much it. And you can see this middle portion right here that's perforated. It's like a dark red, which is nice. It's like the holes are red, and you can see the stitching all around there. Black Edition embroidered right there on the back. Let you know you have a fully loaded model. It's not no base model. So let's actually jump in here, because today is a super windy day. So I'm hoping you guys was able to hear me while I was outside. But welcome to your Ridgeline. Now for 2024, Honda refreshed the Ridgeline slightly, and that all carry over for 2025. Let's go ahead, foot on brake, push the button, and start this guy up. Getting a little warm in here. Now, there is no hybrid option on the Ridgeline. It's one powertrain, 3.5 V6, matted to a 9-speed automatic transmission. The Ridgelines don't get the 10-speed yet. That's in the Pilot. On the left side of the steering wheel, you will have your mirror control here. You do have a bunch to fold in your mirrors. It won't fold in when you lock your Ridgeline like the Pilot. You have to push the button, but it's nice that they do give you that option. And you have Econ Assist, where you maximize your gas mileage when you turn this guy on. Parking sensors on and off. Let's turn that guy on. Lane departure warning is here. You have your vehicle stability. You have your traction control off here. Now, it doesn't turn off traction control all the way. It just reduces it. So more for off-roading. You do have your frontal collision braking button here you can turn off. Turn on the cargo light in the bed. You do have what I think it's called a wiper de-icer zone. So you turn this feature on, it will warm up the bottom of your windshield to unfreeze your wipers, and that's to turn on the power plug you have in the bed as well. And it depends on if you have the engine running or if you're running battery only, it can power for a certain amount of time. Now the steering wheel, down below you do have your hood release. You have still have a pedal. Down below, you have your hood release, and one thing the Ridgeline still has, and the Passport also still have it, is a foot parking brake. You don't have electric. You have your gas and brake pedal there, which is all standard. That pedal, standard as well. You can pull this lever down and adjust the steering wheel up and down, in and out, kind of put it to exactly how you want it. Let's take a look at the steering wheel of the Ridgeline. Now, it is leather wrapped, and you can see it is perforated on the 9 and 3 grips, red stitching all around as well. On the lower portion of the steering wheel, you do have some piano black with some hard touch plastic here. The airbag cover, hard touch plastic as well. You do have some controls on the left side of the steering wheel. You have next track, previous, volume, home, scroll wheel, and a voice command button, because you have a new driver screen here. So instead of having the 5-inch that the previous Ridgeline had since 2017, for 2024 and 2025, now you get the bigger 7-inch display. It is a half digital and half analog. The right side will be a speedometer, so the scroll wheel will control the left side of the display there. On the left stalk, you have over here for your lights switches. You have off, auto, parking, and you have just on, and you have your fog lights on and off. You do have your cruise control and some of your Honda sensing features on the right side. So you have main, on and off, cancel. Heated steering wheel is standard on the Black edition. And you have resume, set. You have your adaptive cruise control distances there. Lane keeping assist on this side. And behind the steering wheel, you do have power shifters plus and minus that will control the 9-speed automatic transmission. You can manually shift through the gears if you wanted to. You're mostly going to use that for like going downhill and you want to downshift and use engine braking, that nature. For your wipers, off, intermediate, low, and high. I am shocked that the Black Edition doesn't have rain sensing windshield wipers, but maybe for the next generation, once that debuts, Honda will throw that on there. Now, what's cool is that you do have this little blank button here, because this is where you used to adjust the dimmer for your interior lighting. Now it's actually in the menu. And speaking of the menu, you hit the little house here, hit home, and you can see there, I'm trying to zoom in there for you guys. You can have multiple different options to choose from. I forgot how to use my camera for a second just now. And right now you can have no content. You can have adjust the brightness. That's why you don't have to stick over there no more. You have gauge display settings. So here you can customize what views in the list there. Warning will tell you if the hood is open, or low tire pressure, or seatbelt is not on, things of that nature. Range and fuel for the motor. And also going to show you what you're averaging miles per gallon. Don't mind that 13.1. That's just here on the parking lot. As you start driving, should be a little bit better, because I think city is like 19 and highway is like 24, somewhere around there, or 18 city, I believe. Yeah, 18 city, 24 highway. MPG, speed and time for the motor, and your average speed, audio, what you're listening to, phone connection, navigation. If you don't have a destination, it will be a compass, which is nice. And actually, if you go to the menus, you have go home, save places, and recent destinations as well. All-wheel drive torque distribution between all 4 wheels. Maintenance will show you your oil life. Tire pressure for each individual wheel, which is nice. And you have no content. I'm gonna leave it on range and fuel because that's the most popular option. One thing I do like about the digital display is that the coolant temp is right here built into the tachometer, which is cool because this portion right here is digital. Well, the whole thing's digital, but I like how that's kind of built into the tachometer. Digital speedometer, even though you have an analog one, or your odometer, outside temperature, gas mileage, symbol, the time, all that good stuff. And there, I didn't mention about blind spot monitoring on the side mirrors because Ridgeline actually has it on the inside where it'll light up signs on the blind spot on the left side or right side, and it'll beep at you if you put your signal on to actually switch lanes and someone is in that blind spot. Coming along to your touchscreen display, this is also something that's new from 2024 and it's gonna pretty much chime into 2025, is the 9-inch touchscreen display. The previous Ridgeline, I believe it had an 8-inch for since 2017. Technically, when the Ridgeline came out in 17, you were able to get a 5-inch display, and it wasn't touchscreen on the Sport. And then anything above the Sport had a 8-inch, I think, touchscreen display. And then now Honda finally upgraded that system to this 9-inch because the previous Ridgeline Honda Link system was from 2017. It was just old. Even the 24 still had the same thing from 17, which is crazy. So since you do get the newer 9-inch display here, you do have the little lip right here. You can rest your hand. You do have physical buttons on the left side. So home, back, volume, power, next track, and previous are physical. Everything else is all touchscreen. So these shortcuts down here are customizable shortcuts that you can set up. But you do have built-in navigation system. Everyone's probably going to use the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, but at least you still have a built-in one just in case you don't want to use your phone. You got breadcrumbs in there as well. You do have phone, you have FM, you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and finally on the Ridgeline, it's wireless. So you either can use wired or wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto on the Ridgeline, even on the base model, which is cool. Sirius XM, Bluetooth audio, you have general settings, you have vehicle settings, and then here you have the new menu lineup. And you go all the way down to the bottom. You have tailgate power lock-in, which is a feature that's disabled. You can go in there and turn it on. When you lock the Ridgeline with the key fob, it'll also lock your tailgate as well. So it's off by default, so you need to go in there and turn that on for your Ridgeline. But plenty of options you can use to set up. You have trip computer, USB, AM is tucked away back here, system updates, clock. So if you don't want to show the apps, you can have just the clock, and then there's multiple different options you can choose from. So plenty of analog options and plenty of digital options as well. And then we're gonna go to Honda Link. And then speaking of a Honda Link, speaking of Honda Link, I wonder if the Ridgeline gets the new remote. I forgot to look into that. When we look at the brochure, hopefully I remember, I'll look into that, or I'll probably drop a comment if I forget. Smart shortcuts and display mode. So easy to use system. It's like I said, it's not the newest UI like Google built in or the UI that's in the Accord, but it is an updated UI compared to the 24 and beyond Ridgeline, because those things are just, that thing was old. That thing was a dinosaur. Coming along down below the display, you do have your hazards here, and then traditional climate control. There are buttons, they're not on the screen. It's not a huge screen either. I know a lot of people complaining that the screen is too small, but there's a lot of people out there that don't want a tablet in their car. They want like a standard size screen and buttons and knobs. So that's where the Ridgeline comes in. You do have a tri-zone climate control. Most pickups in this class, I don't think have tri-zone. I think they're dual, or some of them are still single zone. If you get like a lower end model, it's tri-zone on the Ridgeline, and you have driver's temperature, passenger's temperature, and then if you hit RR settings, you can control the temperature in the rear. So 3 different zones, you can split them up, which is nice. You have sync on and off. You have modes for your face, feet only, defrost, things like that nature. You have your fan speed, you have AC on and off, air circulation on and off for the whole system, auto, climate control, and this is how you turn off the rear climate control on and off. And you can lock the buttons, because there's buttons back there you can adjust the rear. You can lock it so your kiddos don't mess with it. Front defrost, heated side mirrors, and back glass is on one button. Now, one thing that's unique to the Black Edition is ventilated seats. So you get a RTL and up, because I don't think the Sport gets heated seats. I could be wrong. You do. Those have heated seats, but the ventilated seats is only on the Black Edition. So you have 3 different levels. Same thing with the heated, 3 different levels, and that's also on the passenger side as well. So that's something you can't get on the Trail Sport or the RTL. No storage there. And then down below, you do have USB-A and USB-C, which is finally new to the Ridgeline, starting 24. Because before it was just USB-A, and that was it. You do have a power outlet as well. If you want to use wired CarPlay, then you will have to use a USB-A to use that feature. Wireless phone charger, standard on the below that. You have a wireless phone charger, which is nice, and then your shifter, and it's not an actual shifter. You hold the brakes, push the buttons to park, reverse, neutral, drive, hit drive again to put the transmission into S mode, and you do have your different traction control, not traction control, but a different terrain selector as well, and then the engine idle stop feature off. So if I put in reverse, I can show you guys the backup camera. No 360. You get Honda's multi-link backup camera where you have wide angle, you have traditional, and you have top down. So if you have a hitch or anything like that, you can see exactly where you need to line up for the hitch. And then you do have cross traffic on and off, so it will alert you if the car comes from this way or that way. And you can make it smaller and pull up a radar because you do have parking sensors front and back of the Ridgeline as well. Tell you how close you are to something. But even in this mode, it will tell you that you're getting close to something, and then brightness as well. Let's go ahead and put that guy back into park. And one thing that's cool on the Ridgeline, especially on the Black Edition, I believe the Trail Sport, I don't know if the RTL will have ambient lighting, but the Black Edition will have red ambient lighting throughout the cabin. The Trail Sport will have orange ambient lighting throughout the cabin. So at nighttime, your cup holder is going to light up, your door handle is going to light up, the storage down here lights up, your footwell lights up in red, which is a nice touch. And then with this guy right here, if I push it, you'll see you have snow, mud, sand, and normal. So you can change the terrain. The transmission will also change its computing based on which mode you choose and adjust accordingly, which is nice. Now, the center console has been redesigned on the Pilot, Passport, and now the Ridgeline, where they get rid of the little armrest right here, so you don't have the true captain chairs anymore. But this was smaller, and this portion was smaller. You were only able to fit one smartphone. Now you can fit two. And the armrest is soft touch, red stitch, not crazy soft. But now, because you have the newer center console, you have a bigger storage bin in here as well. There's no connections, just a coin storage and a mat at the bottom. Let's take a look at your glove box here. It is lockable, which is nice, and it's not damped. That is interesting. Black Edition, fully loaded model, not damped. It's not lined with felt either. It is a bin style. You do have a trunk lock button right under here, if you're very curious. But I'm actually shocked that's not damped. And I noticed the piano black mostly around here. I even have this whole thing piano black, which I wish it was a different material. I think the Trail Sport has a different, the lower trims have a different material, but the Black Edition should have had something else, because this piano black is just not it. It shows dirt, it gets dusty, it gets scratched pretty fast. I'm not a big fan of it. Let's take a look at the passenger seat, and you can see Black Edition embroidered in the back, and they're perforated in the seat itself, which is nice. Now, coming along to above your touchscreen display, you do have an auto dimming rear view mirror, which is nice. The standard Home Link is also standard as well. You don't have to add it as an accessory. The Accord, the CRV, and some of our other models don't come with Home Link anymore. I think Honda wants you to use the My Q feature in your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to open and close your garage door, but you still have physical buttons here on the Ridgeline. Up above, you do have LED lighting throughout the whole cabin, which is nice. And you still have a moonroof. It's not a panoramic moonroof, but you have a standard size moonroof that will open all the way. If you push it straight up, it's actually a windy day too. And if you push it straight up, it will ventilate as well. It's a cool feature. Close that guy up. And you do have another switch right here that will open the rear glass. So the rear glass is power. You can open it and close it from this guy right here. And you do have a sunglass holder. They got rid of the mirror, which I don't know why, but I always like the mirror here. Who threw that Cheeto mirror? Now the headliner is black. If you ain't noticed, your door visor, your let's take a look at the sun visor, and you do have lighting with a mirror. It's not LED, but at least they give you lighting. I'm sure it's the same thing on the passenger side as well, and yes, it is. Now let's jump out of here and let's take a look at the back seat, because that's pretty important, because a lot of these mid-size pickup trucks have a baby back seat, but the Ridgeline actually have a decent size. If you need some more, you probably want to get a full-size pickup truck. This is how wide the rear door opens, so it's pretty decent. The earlier Ridgelines, like 17, 18, the door I think only opened probably about like this wide or something like that. So Honda from I think 19 or 20 made the door open wider. On the rear doors, you have hard touch here, hard touch there, soft touch here, but not as soft as the front. You do get additional storage, so a cup holder, bottle holder, a cell phone holder here, storage, and a speaker down below. Now both seats can fold straight up just like this, and they don't go full down flat, they just go straight up. And with that, you have plenty of space back here. Actually, let me get this thing out the way so you can see there's storage underneath as well, and then you can get like a cargo tray under here, storage under here. All you do is pull this handle and it folds right in, and then you pull it to lift it back up. The rear seats also gets the perforated in the seating, which is actually a nice touch with the red stitching. Let's get back here. I believe I have the front seat. Yeah, the front seat is all the way back, and I still have a few inches of knee room, and I'm about 5'10". You do have a mat pocket behind the driver, and you get one behind the passenger. And then back here, you do have ear vents, which is nice. And also what's new for the Ridgeline starting in the 24 are heated back seats. Look at that, 3 different levels for the outboard seats though. So if you sit in the middle, there's no heated seats in the middle, just the outside seats with the perforated on it. But that's nice. You do get your controls back here as well. Let me block the sun for you guys. Adjust the temperature, you have auto, you have on and off for the system, the different modes, and the fan speed, which is nice. And down below that, let me see if I can get that for you guys. You have 2 USB-C ports with a power outlet as well, which is a nice touch to have. I know a lot of people probably prefer to have a like an outlet back here, but at least they give you that. The middle is there's actually barely a hump down here, so whoever sits in the middle is gonna have plenty of leg room. They will be fine. And you do have an armrest with cup holders built in, some additional storage, which is nice. Where you rest your elbow, it is soft. Headrest does come up. Same thing with the outboard seats as well. The rear seats back here are stadium seats, so this is about, I would say this is about eye level for me, and I can see over the driver's seating because the rear seats are up higher than the seats up front, which is a nice touch. You do get standard floor mats, and they're black. I don't know, do they say black edition on them? They might say black edition on them, or they may just give you just black floor mats. I'm not too sure. I don't see a black edition on it, but I'm not gonna open this up. I'm gonna keep this in the plastic. You have a handle up here as well. Looks like it has a coat hanger, or like a for your work shirt or something like that as well, that you can pull down. It's actually cool. Nice place to be. And like I said, it's not as cramped as a Tacoma or the Ranger or a Colorado or a Canyon. Most of these pickup trucks in this class that has a shorter bed with a medium-sized back door usually don't have that much legroom back here. Ridgeline will be one of the most spacious back here, which is a nice. And have you guys take a look at the cockpit again. Definitely a nice place to be. Let's jump right into the 2025 Honda Ridgeline trim walk. So for 2025, the lineup has been tweaked a little bit from 24, and I have no idea why Honda actually really even added this. So for example, if you look at the Sport model, there's also a Sport Plus, which will give you all-terrain tires and these 18-inch, pretty much the HPD wheels. Same thing on the RTL. The RTL get the RTL Plus, the Trail Sport, the Trail Sport Plus, but the Black Edition doesn't get a Plus model. So pretty interesting how Honda did this lineup for 25. I'm assuming because they added these Plus models, 26 should be a redesign, but we'll have to see because the Ridgeline is like overdue. Now let's take a look at the Black Edition. The Black Edition is going to add to or upgrades from the RTL trim level. So what that means is when you look at the RTL, you either go to a Trail Sport or you go higher to a Black Edition. It don't go Trail Sport then Black Edition, if that makes sense. So the Black Edition is going to give you black perforated leather trim seats with red stitching. And to some people, you may not like that interior color, but that's the only option. And it's kind of interesting that Honda went that route where they gave you one interior color, you know, for the fully loaded model. Someone commented on, I think, my Trail Sport video that they wish that they continued the RTLE and had a Black Edition. That way people can have more color options. Ventilated front seats only on the Black Edition. Heated front and outboard rear seats. So heated rear seats and ventilated front seats. New for Ridgeline for 24, 25. It was overdue. Definitely overdue for the fully loaded model. Heated leather wrapped steering wheel. You do have LED daytime running lights. and that's on the Trail Sport and the Black Edition. So that's why this is not a direct upgrade from Trail Sport, because some of these features the Trail Sport do have, and that's one of them. You have the 18-inch Berlina Black alloy wheels, body colored parking sensors front and rear. I think the Trail Sport also has that as well. Yeah, it's right here. Power folding heated power side mirrors with integrated LED turn indicators and reverse gear tilt down. Wow, that's a tongue twister right there. The built-in Honda satellite link navigation system with voice recognition, Honda high definition digital traffic and turn-by-turn directions. Mostly gonna use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto anyways, but it's cool that you have that in there. You do get a better sound system than the Trail Sport, so that is a difference. So 540 watt premium audio system with 8 speakers, including subwoofer, HD radio. You do get the USB-Cs in the second row that you don't get. I don't think you get that in the Trail Sport either. So only the Black Edition get the USB-Cs in the back. And you get a 12-volt power outlet, front console, and second row. 150 watt, 400 watt trunk bed power outlet, which is only on the Black Edition. Courtesy door lights, front row. I didn't even look at that. Red ambient LED lighting and illuminated beverage holders in the front. Interesting. So let's jump in and actually build one of these guys. So here's your 4 models here, but technically there's a Sport Plus, RTL Plus, and Trail Sport Plus. That's not being showed here. We're going to jump into the Black Edition, take a look at the color that's available. Before we even jump into that, this thing can tow up to 5,000 pounds. All-wheel drive is standard on every trim level, and 9-speed automatic transmission. So you don't get the 10-speed that's in the Pilot right now. You still have the previous older Pilot's 9-speed. High-capacity radiator with 2 high-power fans. Oh, well, I didn't even know about that. But I guess because the tone package is standard on the Ridgeline, so you do get that. Integrated trailer hitch, pre-wider for a 7-pin connector. Interesting. What's really interesting is they don't give you the gas mileage on here, but I told you it was like 18 city, 24 highway, something like that. So 280 horsepower. So okay, 3.5 V6 you do get in this guy is very important, because most of these trucks in this class are downgrading to a turbo 4-cylinder. So if you still want a V6, you have like what, 2 options, or no, you have 3 options. You have the Ranger with the EcoBoost V6. You have the Frontier with the 3.8, I think, V6, and then you have this guy with the 3.5. Because I think the Tacoma went to 4-cylinder. The Canyon Brothers, the Colorado and Canyon Brothers went to 4-cylinder. I'm not sure what Honda's gonna do, because so far we haven't downgraded none of our V6s to a 4-cylinder yet. So let's see what happens. So we're gonna jump in, take a look at the colors. The Black Edition is really easy. You have 4 colors. You have Crystal Black Pearl with no premium charge. You have Platinum White Pearl with a premium charge of 455. Radiant Red Metallic 2 with a premium color 455, which is actually my favorite color out the 4, to be honest. And Sonic Gray Pearl, which is a premium color 455, and Honda put the Sonic Gray color on everything. But I really like the Radiant Red for some reason. Radiant Red or the Platinum White Pearls, the 2 options I actually will go with. And I won't show you the interior color because they're both one color. And I like how on the picture in here, this looks really red, but you see in person, it's like a very faded red. So I'm gonna click on Sonic Gray because that's what we're working with right now. As far as wheel options, here are the 18-inch HWD wheels you get if you get a plus version of the RTL Sport or Trail Sport. So you can still add it to the Black Edition. So I'm not sure why they didn't just, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But look at the packages. So one thing with the Ridgeline, you will have multiple packages compared to most of the Honda vehicles that's available. So adventure package, this almost has everything, which is cool. All season, cargo storage, rugged utility, so many different packages you can add from your dealership. It doesn't show the PPO packages that this thing comes in, and I don't know why Honda took it off the website, but the PPO package that this one have is, I forgot how much it costs, but it pretty much gives you the black Ridgeline in the back, and it gives you the blacked out Honda emblem in the back as well. Let's take a look at the accessories that is available. Store electronics. You can add welcome lights, which are nice. That's actually a cool feature. Engine block heater. Interior, you have all your basics, your all-season floor mats, your door sill protection. Remember, the Trail Sport Ridgeline come with all-season floor mats already, which is cool. But embed cargo tray, that's what this one has actually right now. You can have the dividers, cargo net in the bed. You can even have a carpet back there. Honda definitely give you a lot of accessories you can add to your Ridgeline. Rear seat under cargo tray. This is what I was talking about in the video. Rear seat covers, the cargo net, utility hooks, and you even have a storage system under there. So some customization you can do to dress up your Ridgeline. You know, you have a bed extender for a bike or a regular one, a fork mount for a bike or a full frame mount, which is cool. Bi-side molding, crossbars, all the protection stuff. So the one I have has this emblem, the rear Ridgeline. So what's cool with the PPO package is, you see how this costs $164 at your dealership. This exact accessory may vary because this is the price of the part by itself. It doesn't include installation, or if your dealership have any markup in the parts or labor and all that good stuff. So if you get a Ridgeline that already have this from factory, you cut off labor and save some money. So this Ridgeline that we did, actually I'm gonna click on this because it'll be that plus the Honda. Did I pass it? Where are you? Oh, it's right next to it. So these two together is what the Ridgeline I have right now. If I look at the pricing, you're looking at $51 for the Honda emblem and $164 for the Ridgeline. So this Ridgeline, actually, I think this will be the MSRP. I didn't get to show you guys in the video, but the breakdown on this one is $46,750 plus $455 for Sonic Gray Pearl, plus the two accessories from Honda that's already installed. The essential handling is $13.95. You're looking just shy of $50 on this guy, $48,815. So right under $50. And to be honest, the Ridgeline is a good deal because the Tacoma has gone up in pricing. The Colorado Canyon Brothers, gone up in pricing. I think the Frontier is like very similar in pricing, and the Ranger, I believe so. But most of these trucks in this class are way more expensive than the Ridgeline, and a lot of them don't have all the stuff standard that's already standard in the Ridgeline. So that's what makes the Ridgeline a good deal, especially if you just want something smooth. You know, you want something that's comfortable, you can road trip, don't really feel like a truck, but you have a bed. This is the way to go. But I didn't get to even finish looking through this. So yeah, door visors, fender flares. I love the HBD grill. You can add a tonneau cover. Okay, so no more HBD package anymore too. So you can still add the same accessories, but they're like all separate. But HBD lower door trim. I love the mud flaps. The HBD mud flaps are chef kiss, fire. Oil pan guard. The Trail Sport will come one already, but you can add it to your Black Edition, which is cool. So there's a lot of accessories you can really get on your Ridgeline. Look at that, you got a tent hanging off the bed, which is cool. You know, you hitch stuff. So I will end this video here. Let me know what you guys think about the Ridgeline, about the 2025 Black Edition. Is there any features that's missing? Do you wish it had some features? I mean, do you hate it? Do you love it? What you don't like about it? It's not even showing the black Honda thing I chose. But I think Honda did the small refresh for 24 is because new redesign is coming out for 26. And to keep the 24 and 25 competitive, at least slightly, they gave you like the wireless Apple CarPlay, the bigger screen, the heated back seats, cool, you know, things like that most of these other trucks have, or some don't even have those features as well, because I think a new model is coming out. But let's talk about it. Thank you for watching. Comment down below, and I will catch you in the next walk around.